I've been to speedrunning for a long time. I have been doing it for a long time. Despite putting in probably thousands of hours, I have never been able to snag a single world record. Fuck it, me, Peter Griffin Speedrun. If you are absolutely clueless as to what I'm talking about, let me explain what a meme speedrun is. In most cases, any percent is the main speedrunning category for games. Any percent categories require the player to beat the game as fast as possible with no restrictions. Collectibles are not required. You do not need 100% completion. Just rush the credits or whatever implies that you finished the game. This can get kind of messy though. Let's take a look at an example. Kirby's Adventure, a mildly popular speed game. The main category is not called any percent. It is called any percent. No major glitches. Glitches are still used in this run. There are several times where you clip out of bounds to save time. So what exactly is a major glitch? Well, a major glitch would be when you clip through the ground and trigger the ending credits within a minute of playtime. Obviously, this isn't going to be the main category, it's short and boring. Some people would even consider this a meme itself since the credits are triggered in the most illegitimate way possible, but honestly, I'm kind of neutral on it. The fact that games have these credit warp things is a pretty cool novelty. Another example of a game that has a quick warp to credits would be Super Mario World. It's roughly the same length as Kirby's Adventure too. Going back to Kirby's Adventure, let's say I discovered a new glitch. This glitch allows you to warp from the first level of Yogurt Yard to the final boss. This would cut off a huge chunk of time from the near 43-minute any percent no major glitches record, but it's obviously still slower than the true any percent category where you trigger the credits in 40 seconds. If this glitch existed and had been discovered, it would create another category for those who want to complete the game while playing every level. Basically, a category for those who wish the glitch was never discovered because they feel it negatively impacts the run. When all these categories for games get created, many of them become considered arbitrary. This has happened to a lot of games, for example, Yoshi's Island. This game has a credits warp run, a save corruption glitch run, and a glitched run where you replace one of your egg slots to a key to complete levels. Three completely different main any percent categories. Basically what it comes down to is, what if we took the ability to do this particular action away? Or how about this one? When all these different ways to complete the game pop up, it is clear how meme categories are spawned. Now, the categories I mentioned so far honestly aren't that bad. Sure, the credits warp categories are generally unpopular, short, and kinda lame, but they are true, genuine any percent categories. Before we go further, I want to be very clear that I do not care what people run if any of the following categories are taken seriously. As mentioned, while speedrunning can get competitive, all that really matters is if the player is having fun. Now, get ready to witness the bottom of the barrel. Speedrun.com is the main website where speedrun times are listed. It is a pretty great site. Back in the day, leaderboards for games were all separated on completely different websites and it got very unorganized and confusing. Shout out to Pack. When runners want to run categories for games that are too arbitrary to be listed as main categories and too arbitrary to be listed as miscellaneous categories for said game, another page is created, category extension pages. Now these used to straight up be called meme pages, but I guess they were changed to sound more professional or something. Let's take a look at one of the most popular speed games category extensions, or memes, whatever you want to call it, Super Mario 64. When you first take a look at this page, you'll notice some of the typical category extension categories. 16 star but lobby BLJ is banned. 31 star where you beat the game but MIPS clip and side BLJ are banned. Look further and you'll see the goal of an all-sign speedrun is to read every sign that's in the game. Beating the game is not required, and timing ends as the final text box shrinks away. For a category this memey, it is oddly competitive. The top times are relatively close to each other, but the world record was on the emulator, that's why it's like so much better. All coins. Beating the game is required for this run, and as you would expect, so is maxing out the coin scores. There is a coin that is impossible to get in Tiny Huge Island. If you want to know more about that, I made an entire video on my experience trying to collect every coin. You should watch it. One of my favorite meme categories for Mario 64 is blindfolded. Now, this is extremely impressive. Like, I would not even consider this a meme, like, because that's like, sounds too harsh. This is impressive. Only 3 people have been able to submit times for 16 star, and only 2 have been able to submit times for 70 star. What really amazes me is the fact that the record for blindfolded 70 star is only 2 hours and 18 minutes. I couldn't imagine doing anything like this, as it is enough to make any sane human go insane. Moving on, you know that game that all the hip redditors like to play? There's a category extension page of that game too. Very quality stuff. A lot of the other stuff here is simply seeing how fast certain items can be obtained. If you do runs that aren't on set seed, it is basically entirely relying on RNG, so that makes it extra memey. One day when I got bored, I looked up Fortnite on speedrun.com and... Do I have to look at this? Alright, so if these are main categories, how are these miscellaneous? I'm sorry, I can't. Super Mario World is loaded with meme categories. The ones that stick out to me the most are the pacifist runs. Is that an Undertale reference? Shut the fuck up. As you would expect from these categories, you need to complete the game without harming any enemies. Some of these start to seem more like challenge runs rather than genuine categories, but this pacifist stuff does sound interesting. I am tempted to try it one day. There are also blindfolded 11 exit runs that have very impressive times, but I do believe the linearity of this game makes it less impressive than Mario 64 blindfolded. Not to downplay how impressive these are, I can't stress that enough. Blindfolded runs are like insane. Try one yourself. I probably would not even be able to make it past a single enemy. Super Mario Odyssey. This game has had a ton of leaderboard changes over the years. If you know this game though, you know why I'm really here. It's not for star percent, it's not for any of that. In this roughly 8-minute speedrun, you beat Cap Kingdom, Cascade, get some coins, and then buy the swimsuit outfit. Essentially, the goal of this run is to get shirtless Mario as fast as possible. I wouldn't be able to make this shit up, I really wouldn't. The Grand Theft Auto series has one central page for category extensions that's broken up by game. Let's take a quick look at GTA 5. GTA 5 is an awesome experience that I personally have played through several times. The full campaign speedrun is pretty lengthy in itself, but you know what would make it even longer? Being forced to watch the entirety of every cutscene. I would really like to know how someone has the patience to do this, but honestly, it amazes me. Being forced to watch every cutscene adds hours to the run. What if you accidentally click or press enter during one of these cutscenes? Is the run just over 9 hours in or whatever? Obviously, that's a very long meme category and pretty extreme. Let's take a look at another for this game. Low percent bad ending. When I first saw this, I was very confused. I saw it and I was like, why is this 1 minute 50 seconds? But then I watched it and I saw that you blow up the car during the prologue and let Trevor die, and that's it. That's it. GTA 5 bad ending. You turn the game off from here and that's it. Trevor dies and the story doesn't progress. Very great category. Who the f could follow this? It's not f***ing cool. I am absolutely sick and tired of people having world records, but not me. Alright, it's time to change that.